on. And I won't be here next month, so they asked me virtual now, and that's Jacob's position down there. So we'll follow this. Quite good. Good morning. Sorry it's a few minutes. We'll call the meeting to order. Can we start with the introduction of guests? Start in the very back there, if you don't mind, but very far my back left.
I'm Melanie Martinez, Chief of Communications for ED.
Tony Linehan comms.
Dave Litter. Oil Workers Association.
Vision.
Scott Kemp, Maltese Cross. Staying around for being my therapist. Short Harbor, you get calls. Department Office of Land Resources. Brian Lehman's Department of Energy and Environment, Deputy Director of Office of Land Resources.
With Thompson Attorney.
Chris Higgins, Attorney for ED.
Joshua Stevens, DEQ.
Jacqueline Trotta, DEQ. That's Matthew McGee back there, DEQ.
Thank you very much. Has everyone on the committee had a chance to get there and review the minutes? If we do you have a motion? And Mr. Free has a motion to accept. Got a second by Elliot, all in favor? Motion carries. Ms. Trotta, can we go on to our financial report?
Okay, this is the financial status report for period ending May 31st, 2026. The fund balance on May 1st, 2026 was $49,732,316.73. Monthly receipts totaled $1,055,899.58, and that includes monthly investment interest of $390,133.33. Monthly expenditures totaled $156,208.59 for a total balance on May 31st, 2026 of $50,632,007.72. And against that, we have reserved for emergency projects at $350,000. Current claims received $1,370,305.87. Claims approved but unpaid $171,758.50. Other corrective action obligations estimated $20,430,914.91. Orphan site corrective action obligations estimated $12,164,000. Potential third-party obligations estimated $985,000. For a total adjusted balance of $15,160,028.44. Are there any questions on any of the financial reports? I would like to welcome some new faces that we have to the committee. First, we have Mr. Talbot Benton, and he is replacing the position that was previously Sarah Gallian's position, which is installer repair of USTs. And prior to her, it was Johnny May. Prior to that, it was Murray Benton. So welcome to the committee. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. So welcome. And then another announcement I would like to make is Mr. Dennis Free has announced that he is retiring. So congratulations on that. And I know you have your interim fire marshal for now, Mr. John Ho there. So welcome. Let's see, any other announcements? Think we're good on that? Well, welcome.
Everybody on the financial status report? All right, thank you, Jackie. Mr. Stevens, we move on to new business.
Good morning. We'll begin with agenda item number 1, list number 01-0107, DeWitt A to Z Mart. Request for reimbursement application number 3 was received from the responsible party on May 19th, 2026. The RP of the site reported a product release on October 23rd, 2020, after receiving notification of contaminated soil, which was discovered during excavation of a new UST tank basin. The period covered by this application is January 8th, 2026 through March 4th, 2026. Activities include the preparation and full implementation of a monitor well decommissioning work plan and cost estimate, and the preparation of reimbursement app number 3. Other than IDW was removed from the site. This site is closed. A no further action letter was issued on March 5th, 2026. Total claim cost of $13,805.80 was checked against documentation provided. Staff recommended no adjustments. Therefore, it's recommended that the claim be made to the responsible party in the amount of $13,805.80. Specco.
This is Oriana Thompson with Spatco. Again, this reimbursement application is pretty much to prepare a work plan to plug 4 wells that were installed as part of this LUS case. Once the work plan was approved, we went ahead and plugged the wells, submitted the final report, and DEQ issued a no further action letter on May 5th of March 5th of 2026. This will be the last application for this LUS case. Any questions?
The questions will entertain a motion. Second motion to approve. Yeah, first, second. Second by Mr. Free, all in favor? Aye.
Moving on to agenda item number 2 is list number 52-0050 Lion Mart in Camden, Arkansas. Request for reimbursement application number 1 was received from the responsible party on April 16th, 2026. The RP of this site reported a product release on May 5th, 2025, after receiving tank closure sample analysis that indicated petroleum contamination. Period covered by this application is July 27th, 2025 through November 1st, 2025. Activities include the full implementation of a limited site assessment and the preparation of reimbursement app number 1. No remedy or cleanup goals were necessary. The site is closed. A no further action letter was issued on November 20th, 2025. The total claim cost of $14,198.52 was checked against documentation provided. Staff recommended an adjustment of $8.11 to remove costs for concrete without receipt, along with the deductible of $7,500. It's recommended that the claim be made to the responsible party in the total amount of $6,690.41. PMI.
Good morning, Stan Raspberry, PMI Terracon. This was a one and done application. We performed an LSA, didn't find any appreciable contamination, so the case was closed.
Question, Stan. Entertain a motion. Got a first from Mr. Free, second. Second by Elliott, all in favor? Motion carried. Thanks, Dan.
Moving on to agenda item number 3 is list number 63-0083, the Murphy USA number 01 in Benton, Arkansas. A request for reimbursement app number 2 was received from the responsible party on April 14, 2026. The RP of the site reported a product release on July 9, 2024. After observing fuel and water coming up through the cracks in the concrete between the tank pit and dispensers. The period covered by this application is July 9th, 2024 through January 31st, 2026. Activities include the full implementation and reporting of an emergency response plan, preparation of change order number 1, and preparation of reimbursement app number 2. To date, 4.53 tons of gasoline impacted soil and 1.3 tons of gasoline impacted wastewater were removed from the site under the emergency response work plan in December and January of 2026. PPM reduced the claim by $405.43. The total claim cost of $94,570.35 was checked against documentation provided. Staff recommended an adjustment, several adjustments in the amount of $3,160.58. Therefore, it's recommended that a claim be made to the responsible party in the amount of $91,409.77. PPM.
Thank you. This case is ongoing. On Monday, ADEQ requests additional assessment of the site, including groundwater monitoring from the existing 6 monitoring wells, along with additional surface water sampling in the adjoining retention pond owned by Walmart. As part of the emergency response efforts, we installed 6 monitoring wells, 11 probe borings, and surface soil samples, along with a surface water sample. Based on ADEQ's recommendation, we'll assemble a work plan for continued sampling of the site.
You okay with the adjustments?
The major adjustment was related to disposal of waste at the site. There's a substrata beneath the parking lot that was leveling activity based on what was needed by Flash Mark prior to Murphy's acquisition of the site. Raised the pH enough that we needed to do additional sampling and needed to have multiple trips up to the site to confirm the nature of the waste before taking it to a landfill. I believe those costs should be covered. We were less than our proposed amount, although not proposed amount for waste disposal. But if that's ADEQ's ruling, then that's ADEQ's ruling.
So typically with work plan overages, we would allow for change orders to happen up until a reimbursement application is submitted. And once a reimbursement application is submitted, they can no longer ask for change orders. If it was something reasonable, allowable, necessary, we definitely would have approved it prior. So we have to kind of keep them within their work plan budget. So that's what the adjustment was about.
Understood.
That, okay, if I understand it. Okay, for another 5 minutes. Sure.
I would like to note we did not identify any remaining free product at the site during our site investigation. The boring logs indicate low headspace samples in all soils, along with almost non-detects in all soil samples. The continuing investigation will be related to dissolved concentration and possibility of surface water contamination.
Any further questions on this? Not, we'll entertain a motion. Got a first by Mr. Freed. Do we have a second? Second by Elliott. All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. So on Seneca for the next two. That'll go into our other business. Thanks, Mr. Stevens. Are you done? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a quick note, and I'm saying Seneca, is that correct? I don't want to go there and butcher their name. The reason they're not here is they asked on Wednesday or Thursday last week, to be via Zoom, which we've accommodated, I think, everyone in this room, besides up here, they're here every meeting, via Zoom. We can do that till what, 5 days? Is that correct? 5 business days? Just to make sure everyone's still aware that that is, we understand you're on job sites and you've got to be out of town and perfectly fine with that. But give us more than 5 days notice so we can go there and legally make it a Zoom meeting. That's correct, right? So 5 days, 5 business days to make it legally on Zoom, to where it's a public notice. So just, give us a little bit more of a heads up. Being out of town, being on a job site, that's correct. They want you there getting stuff done. So, just more info, more time. And I know that sometimes that's hard. So, thanks for the communication on that. Thanks, Mr. Free, for everything you've done. Welcome Talbot, and anybody else have anything that we need to discuss? Oriana had a problem with the way the room went this morning and our welcoming of guests. I got there and discussed the way it's supposed to get there and travel back and forth across the room. I saw your facial expression. That's all. Thank you all very much. Have a great day and great weekend.